And personally, this fight, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Khalil Rountree is a guy that, I'm not a big fan of just because he's burned me on a few bets and I just can't trust him anymore. But recently, I can't deny he's been looking really good. And Chris Daukaus, this is going to be his first fight at 205. And I just don't like him at 205, man. I feel like what his advantage was at heavyweight was his hand speed and his boxing. And at 205, he doesn't have that. It's not like he's going to come in here and start to impose his size and use wrestling. And he is a black belt, but he just doesn't have an ability to bring fights to the ground to me. And now he's giving away his speed advantage over most guys at 205. I mean, unless he has big-time power at this weight or his volume and gas tank just totally change and he's way better and he's throwing more combos and things like that, I just still think it's going to be a fruitful endeavor for him to drop the weight. Khalil Rountree is a beast. I mean, the guy's extremely explosive. He's southpaw. He's someone that likes to use that kind of crouch stance and then wait for you to come in, and then he counters with the big left hook, big straight right hand, or straight left hand, big right hook, excuse me. And then he'll also throw the kicks on the outside, the leg kicks, the body kicks, beat you up from there. The issue with Khalil is if you don't, make it a fight and throw at him, he could be extremely low volume, just stare at you. And if you have the ability to touch him from the outside with kicks, with jabs, with kind of like touch point fighting style like we saw Prochnio do, you can get ahead on him just by touching and moving. Or, Khalil's always had issues with wrestlers, but Chris Daukaus isn't a guy that likes to stick and move and play that outside game. He doesn't have the wrestling, and I just feel like he's not going to be able to get inside and utilize his boxing against such an explosive guy. I feel like Khalil's just going to catch him at some point. We've seen Daukaus' chin fail him multiple times now, and that has been against bigger guys, but I think Khalil hits probably just as hard as some of the guys that have knocked out Daukaus before, or just a little bit less, but he's still a very heavy hitter, and I think he's going to get him out of there. I'll say he gets him out of there in the first or second round, so give me Khalil Rountree via knockout, but just Khalil's burned me so much in the past, it's hard for me to trust him nowadays, but maybe he has turned a corner, and I do think that this is a good stylistic matchup for him.